Hello, everyone. I hope you guys are having a fantastic evening. Thank you for joining me today. Your presence here and your interest in hearing me speak really means a lot to me. Please take a minute and think back to your own childhood. Please do. What did you dream of becoming when you were a kid? I dreamed of becoming an artist, a scientist, a musician, an astronaut, and the list goes on. I believed that I could be anything that I wanted to be. But somewhere between painting the sky pink and a flower black, to knowing that the sky must always be blue, self-belief started to wither. Here's a question for all of you here. How many of you here have never engaged in negative self-talk? For example, a teacher walks into the classroom and asks a question. How many of you here have never told, "Oh God, please not me. Please don't pick me"? Or something challenging comes up at work. Have you ever told yourself, "I don't think I can do it. I don't think I'm smart enough"? How many of you have never done a negative self-talk? Let me tell you something ironic. When I got the opportunity to speak on this prestigious platform, I spent days and weeks questioning, why me? I mean, a girl from South India who has seen Europe only through some television show, who had no idea there are 3,000 different types of coffee and 3,000 different types of making it. Do I even deserve to be here? I mean, who would want to hear me talk? A long train of familiar negative self-talk. Then, one fine day, a young friend from my state dropped a text on WhatsApp. She is pursuing her master's in Germany, and she was navigating that familiar terrain of self-doubt that we are all aware of. She saw something relatable in my experiences as a woman in tech in Germany, coming far from home country, with little to no international exposure. She sought words of advice, comfort, and inspiration from me. And that's when I knew the potential impact of my story. If I could make one of you believe in yourself again and take that one step ahead in your journey to your dreams, I would consider my job done. Therefore, let me please take all of you to a journey with me. While my story reflects the experiences of a woman, its essence transcends gender and speaks to all who have ever felt the weight of societal expectations and the gnawing grip of self-doubt. Imagine this room, full of 4-year-olds, dolled up for a stage performance, and the teacher asks, who would want to go first? The kid who raised her hand always would be me. I was never scared of the stage or the audience. In fact, as a little girl, I strongly believed that everybody loved me. I was very confident, never shied away from challenges, did what I wanted to do, and talked my thoughts. It was at the age of 7 that I first realized that maybe this is not what society expects from girls. I started hearing the same repetitive sentences. Talk like a girl. Talk softly. Look at how soft-spoken your friend is. Learn from her. But at the age of 7, I couldn't identify precisely what had to be changed. The journey to change myself to fit into the expectations of people around me began then. And I can say this with confidence because I distinctly remember this incident when the teacher walks in and asks all of us to draw a picture, and I copy the exact same picture that my friend drew. At the age of 7, I was convinced that mimicking art made us alike and gave me the golden ticket to approval. And mind you, I was great at arts. That incident marked the first time I doubted my talent. It was a very confusing period. The same set of qualities were encouraged and discouraged at the same time. While my family asked me to be strong, Some of my peers called me bossy. At a very young age, I realized that while my loud and assertive nature was acceptable, or sometimes even expected from boys of my age, it somehow made me less likable. I missed opportunities, not because of lack of talent, but because I needed to fit into certain expectations. This struggle continued throughout high school for me. And I had a dream back then. I dreamed to be the leader of the entire school. Looking back, I realized that maybe it was to prove to myself that there was nothing inherently wrong with my character. And if I had the right set of skills and talent, I could achieve what I wanted to. I achieved that dream. I won. I became the school leader. But what came later was even more challenging. In the 2 years of being in the leadership position at school, I realized that even though leaders are expected to be bold and assertive, you could be penalized for it if you're a woman. Studies have actually shown that women who are assertive and self-advocating suffer backlash, such as being perceived as unlikable, not cool. And women who do not advocate for themselves and who are not assertive often experience leadership backlash, which means they don't get ahead at work. So what is that sweet spot to hit? My lessons from those 2 years were that not many people like bossy girls, and not many people would want to be led by a bossy girl. Most importantly, to avoid conflicts, I learned that I just have to lay low and not be called abrasive, assertive, bossy, etc. At that point, I also believed that life would be much easier if I don't dream much and accept what was given to me. Even though I did not experience much of the ordeal firsthand during my college years, I witnessed how my friend, a very strong and intelligent woman, getting harassed and trolled. And all she wanted to do were simple things. This will actually shock you right now. She wanted to lead a cultural fest. She wanted to take part in a tech club. She wanted to do sports, raised questions to things she found illogical, and simply be herself. I saw my own batchmates trying to tear her confidence apart because she dared to dream and asked for more than she was traditionally allotted. And I related so much to her. But what struck me was her response to these situations. The same situations that would have unsettled me seemed funny to her. Do you know why? She shares that it's because she learned in an international all-girls school where asking questions or taking a leadership position or just being outspoken or taking part in sports was a very normal thing for a girl to do. In her formative years, she had no similar experiences to mine, and my experiences created fear and doubts in myself. This is the heart of what I want to emphasize today. The experiences and words from our past may have misled us, instilling doubts and fears. This is when we have to help ourselves. Recognize those experiences that have shaped your self-doubt and unlearn those lessons. Consciously try to engage yourself in positive talk, especially regarding the qualities that you think you lack. Over time, you will rebuild your confidence and you will discover the unstoppable force that you truly are. During my master thesis, despite being the only person to turn master thesis into a published paper, I couldn't escape the nagging feeling that I was not as intelligent as my male peers. This belief stemmed from the long-standing stereotype that men are inherently superior in math and science. Recently, one day, I struck up a conversation with the only other female researcher in my lab at TU Darmstadt. She's from Germany and pursuing her doctorate currently. Through our conversation, I discovered that We shared very similar experiences, despite coming from two completely different parts of the world. Despite her exceptional track record and deep passion for mathematics, she felt deeply demotivated when her math teacher did not trust in her abilities when she expressed her interest to do higher education in mathematics. Even today, despite her substantial contributions to robotics and AI, she finds herself running away from math unconsciously. Take my case. I loved robotics. My master thesis was in robotics. The published paper was in robotics. However, maybe due to my limited exposure and knowledge, I was unaware of any prominent women in robotics back then. I couldn't name even one woman, let's say leader, professor, founder, author, nobody in that field. This lack of representation left a profound mark on my self-perception. And that is why I think representation plays a very crucial role. Upon joining the lab the lab called IAS in TU Darmstadt, the presence of two remarkable women, Dr. Dorothea Coed and Professor Georgia Shalbatsky, has been a source of immense inspiration for me. These two incredibly talented women command the respect and recognition that they truly deserve and take wholehearted ownership of their job with unwavering dedication. Witnessing them in action, simply doing their job, dramatically increased my confidence over the past year. This is a motivating reminder of the importance of representation in our fields and beyond. I currently work as the head of robotics at Telekinesis. We are a startup spinning off from the IAS lab in TU Darmstadt. Robotics, which once I believed that was way beyond my capabilities, has become home now. At Telekinesis, we work at the cutting edge of the technology, often solving problems that nobody has even attempted. Of course, solving complex problems will increase your confidence. But when your super bright colleagues tell you that you are intelligent and smart, when all of you sit together on the same table and discuss the problems together, when your ideas are appreciated and opinions are heard, that is a profound boost in confidence. It's about being part of a team where you're treated equally and your contributions are recognized. This is where self-confidence soars. But let me tell you what actually makes a difference. It is you acknowledging that you have the potential. Every small experience you may have had in the past may have sown seeds of doubt within you. They need to be unlearned. For me, it was to recognize that being called abrasive, assertive, it's okay. If that helps me do my job right, if that is who I am, I do not need to change it just because that is not what is expected of me as a woman. I also recognized that I had a massive fear of failure. I was scared. And this is something that studies show that is more prevalent in women than men. After I read this and observed the working style of my peers at work, I literally started to look at myself in the mirror daily and used to tell myself that it is okay to fail. It's okay to make mistakes. It is okay to look like a fool occasionally. It's okay. You know what? I did not fail as much as I had feared. And without the fear of failure, every challenge is nothing but an opportunity to learn. You may not have all the knowledge today, but you can always start learning today. Furthermore, I began to receive compliments wholeheartedly, take ownership of my accomplishments, and give credit to myself. I really started to believe, or tried to believe, that I'm no less than anyone else. And here's the magic. When you truly believe in yourself, you will see that those daunting tasks, nerve-wracking situations, and even difficult people will start looking effortless and manageable. In summary, what I want to emphasize today is that your experiences and the words you hear really have the power to make or break you. Therefore, it's essential that you start to unlearn those lessons that may have created self-doubts in you and consciously start to engage in positive self-talk. Remember, you really can be what you want to be. So never hesitate to unleash your power and never diminish your intensity. Picture this. Once I tried to copy the same exact picture that my friend had drawn, and today I'm standing here confidently sharing my own original ideas with all of you. This journey of self-belief and unlearning self-doubts is continuous. It will not happen overnight. But with every step that we take, we can discover our true potential. Like some wise person said, it's always good to leave with a quote. So I'm going to leave you with a quote that resonates with me. Luck is what happens when preparation meets opportunity. So prepare yourself every day to be ready for that moment when the opportunity knocks at your door. I encourage all of you to start the next chapter in your lives and embark on your journey of unlearning self-doubts and unleashing your full potential. So next time you catch yourself engaging in negative self-talk, stop. Deep breath, consciously switch to positive talk. Now that you have heard all these stories that I had to share, what dreams are you going to rekindle with the renewed self-confidence? Thank you for joining me today. Remember, the power to believe in yourself really lies within you. So start today. Good evening, everybody. Thank you.